Hello. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I'm here a little bit early. So hopefully everything's working. Hopefully my camera, my microphone, everything is going good. Just trying to get set up here, so just bear with me. Hello. Okay, just trying to get my pattern to pull up here. We are doing a little tutorial tonight on parking. I had somebody inquire about it, and so I thought we'll take a little break from the drag and stitch along. I will show you what all I got done over the week on it in a little bit, but I am going to do a little tutorial on parking. But we'll give it just a couple more minutes and see if we can get some more viewers. I did start a few minutes early. It didn't take near as long to start the live as I thought it was going to. Some days it takes a couple of minutes, and today it went by pretty quick. Okay, I see there's a viewer. If you could, in the comment section, just let me know. Can you hear me okay? And if so, then I'm going to turn this down and we can start with the tutorial. You probably see all the dust and light. Oh goodness, you probably see all the dust flying. Wow. Okay, well, I'm just going to go for it and hope for the best. So just bear with me here. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. Not sure if I'll be able to or not. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. That's what that button does. All right. One second here. My granddaughter has been sending night love you texts every night. And so when she does that, I have to stop everything and respond. So sweet. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? I'm hoping everything is going good. You can see and hear. Okay. All right. So for parking, basically what parking is okay, so you have your cross country, which is basically taking one color and going all the way across a section. Hi, Tracy. Or there's extreme cross country where you can go the whole entire project if you want, or you can do page by page. Some people do cross country where you just finish the color, or just the strand, I guess, the thread, and then you can pick on another color if you want. And then there's parking. Parking actually is turning out to be a little bit easier for me anyways, on the Max Color ones. And that is because there's so many There's so many colors in one little area. Now, I know it's a lot. If you see all the threads, it looks a bit overwhelming, but it's really not that bad. Um, I do go by, or I like to use it on digital for the parking only because I'm able to, let me try to move this out of the way for a second. It's not going to go anywhere. Sorry. Um, on here, so I keep track of the stitches that I've done. Hi, Sandy. And then you see the highlighted little green areas there. That's my parked. So that tells me, you know, what color, where I'm at. However, with these kits, they are so clear that you can tell where you're at. I always park on the bottom left of my square, and that's because when I'm doing my full cross, I always go from the bottom left to the top right, and then I go um, either the top left to the bottom right or the bottom right to the top left. It it all depends, but I always park on the bottom left, if that makes sense, so that I never have any question of if I get over here, there's never any question on whether this one here is this X or is it the minus sign. So if you are willy-nilly and sometimes you park in the bottom left and sometimes you park in the bottom right, you're never going to know what color this one is. So always park in one spot. Always park either bottom left or bottom right and keep it consistent because otherwise you will mess it up. Again, I do bottom left. So I am right here. I am actually doing, hi Nikki. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of these stitches here. So basically what I'm doing is I am doing on this project, I am doing 100 by 100 square. So I'm doing one solid square and then I'm moving on to the next. Okay. Wow, I cannot find where I need to be, guys. There, no, there it is. Okay. And then I knotted it on the bottom. I am having a hell of a day. So come on, you. Sorry, I said a bad word. Um, everything that I am touching today is turning to you know what. So I just closed out on my project somehow on my tablet here. So I touched it with my elbow. Okay. So let me finish up this symbol here in this 100 by 100 square. And then I will show you what I do with it. I don't know if any of this is making sense to you guys or not. I do have these nice little bobbins. Well, I wouldn't say little. They're pretty big. I'm telling you, Joy, having 3 events this week on top of trying to get ready for and trying to get other orders done that I've had, I am losing it. Yeah, tonight is mentally straining. Okay. So the bobbins really help kind of keep the thread out of the way. You can wrap them completely in. So like, and these are supposed to keep it from getting tangled. So basically I kind of keep to the areas or direction, same direction. So I will wrap this around. You can go the whole entire thing in there. And then that way you don't have any sticking out. Okay. And then like this one here, it'll be a while before I get down here to these ones. And so I'm putting, oh, I did it again. God bless it. Stop freaking touching things, Linda. Okay. And please don't be laughing at me. I know you guys are. So to be a little bit before I get to these, so I'm going to wrap these up and I'm going to just do the whole thing here so that you can see that you can hide all the thread, okay? And then I've got this section over here that it's going to be a while. So I'm going to grab another bobbin. And right after I got these, I am not kidding you, right after I got these all from Amazon, Sandy is now stocking them in pretty colors, and they are cheaper and you get more. So I did order some from her. This is the first time using bobbins. I've seen others use them. I didn't really know where to get them or even how to find them. But I just did a search and actually, oh Lord, found them on Amazon, which you can find almost anything on Amazon. Okay, so I have finished this one, the color in this square. And so now I'm going to move on to this one. So basically, I always look at the square that's next to where I end. I don't want to carry way over here. I really don't want to go that far with it. I will travel about 10 across. So I ended here. Now I'm going to look within this square here, and right here is where that symbol shows up again. Okay, and so I'm going to pull it through, pull my needle out, and it is parked. I always pull it a little tight just to make sure that I don't have any hanging on the bottom. And so now let me mark my little tablet here. Okay, so I am marking on here my stitches that I did. And this one right here is where I parked it. And so I'm going to press and hold, and I'm going to park. Whoops. We're not parking bottom right. Remember, we're parking bottom left. Fat fingers. Undo, undo. Try this again. Park bottom left. Okay. So I've got that one parked. So then my next one that I'm going to do is, whoops, it looks like the U. So if you look then over here, I will show you kind of what I do. I can't do for the whole thing because it's wrapped around. So for at least a good section, I can park some of my strands that I'm not using over here, and it's just a little bit easier. So I am looking for the pink U, and I don't actually have any sitting here, so just fold that up real quick. And these are just knotted on the bottom, so all I gotta do is pull them out and start stitching with them. Okay, so that is number 54. And it does go a lot smoother when I'm having a good day, you guys, I promise. All right, so 54. Oh, you know what? So this is sometimes what you need to do as well. Once I started to look at the color, I knew I had it recently. So I actually parked it right here. So I missed this one. Okay. So I parked it right here. I missed this and I parked it over there. So when that happens, I just rethread it. Yes, I can't wait for that, Sandy. Okay, so I am not going to stitch this one. Okay. The reason why I'm not stitching it is I don't want to confuse myself later. I've already got it parked. I've already got it marked on my pattern. So I am going to sneak back over here and I'm going to do the one that I missed. And then I'm going to take it back over and I'm going to park it where it belongs. And so then that way finishing, I will have this one completely finished before I move on to the next. So I'm going to park it right back where it was. Okay. Mark that off. Now I want to double check. I don't think I have any more floating around there. Let me just make sure. Okay. So my next one is, to me anyways, it's like the little U-turn symbol. When you're doing max colors like this, I swear I spend more time looking for my symbols and my colors than I do stitching. But the end result is going to be amazing. All right, I'm not seeing it there. And so, see if I can find it. Okay, so we need number 23. And 23 is only one stitch. Am I boring you guys yet? Everybody sleeping? You guys still with me? Is it any of this making any sense to you? You're behaving. Hey, you're staying awake for me. All right, so we're going to do this one. Come on. Once we get done with this square, it'll go a little bit faster showing you guys how to do this. Okay, so we finished that one. Now this one shows up again right over here. So we are going to pull that through and we are going to park it right there. I am going to mark my chart here real quick. All right, so now we are doing Y, which is number 27. And this is why, yeah, this is why. No, this is why the parking actually works out really well, because once you get these in there, it does go a lot faster. So you're going to have some squares that it seems like you're just constantly threading and starting new colors. But then when you get over here, you're going to be able to actually make some leadway on that because you're already ready to go. And I take, each little section like this as, to me, it's a mini finish. And I do apologize. I am a little, I don't know, rusty on this. It's been a week since I worked on her. I worked on my dragon eye all week long, and then I started working on Reggie, my little puppy one, yesterday. So I haven't touched this one in a week or so. All right, so now my Y, I am not seeing it at all here, and so I always double check my fabric, and then I also look at my key. And the next time it shows is actually down here. Now I'm okay with parking it down here because it's not too far away. Okay, I am not going to undo this just to put this one thread in right now. So we got that one done. Now we got the arrow up. So I'm just going to double check. I don't see any there. Now to find the arrow. Oops. So how did you guys do in the auction? Did you get a lot of wins? I was kind of in and out. I've been trying to get ready for a craft show for this Saturday. And so I didn't have a whole lot of time to be in there. It was kind of hit or miss. Saw some really amazing images. So I know a lot of them are finding their way. Once again, Sandy, yourself on the creations. Sorry if I'm hesitating here, you guys. I cannot find this symbol. Hey, Sandy, is there a way to... Hi, Sharon. How many did you end up with, Nikki? And Sandy, do you like to search the symbol in the key at all on markup? I know you can on Pattern Keeper, but I don't know that you can on markup. I am struggling to find this one. What the heck? Okay. When all else fails, go to the paper copy. It's just a regular arrow. And you guys probably already... Oh, no, you wouldn't have found it. You can't see this. Seriously, where is it? Okay. Go one by one. Not there. Ah, there it is, hiding. All right, 104. Goodness gracious. I need to go to bed. I don't have it over here. Oh, awesome, Sharon. You're going to have quite a bit to stitch now. We need to do a post on the group and have everyone say how many What-A-Biz kits they have. That'd be quite interesting to see. Okay, so guys, it's taken me a half hour to get this far. And truly, parking is not this hard. I am struggling with everything I touch tonight. All right, so arrow up. So the next arrow up that I have is down here in this one. So we're going to go ahead and get this parked right there. We're going to mark that one. And then, oops. All right, pink minus sign, which is 114. That one I found pretty quickly, guys. All right. These are all blended colors, so it does take a little bit longer to get them ready. So I need one strand of that color. This is 16 count, and I'm doing 2 over 1 full cross. Wait, I said 114, didn't I? Yes, 114. Put it back in the right color. Okay. I already have a lot to stitch. Yeah, me too. Someday, I just want to have it finish. I have a feeling it's going to end up being the dragon stitch along. All right. Okay, so last stitch in the square, and then I promise I will show you a little bit more of what I'm talking about. 25 minutes into the stream, and I'm still not really showing you much. I I guess I could have started over here, but it just would feel weird to me. I want to keep everything the same. Okay, so now moving on to the next one. Oh, are you kidding me? I had that color right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to park this one down here for now, just so that I don't have to redo anything. Show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I am actually going to wind these up on this one real quick so that everything's out of my way, so I can hopefully get some progress here to show you guys. I'm going to park that on my chart. All right, so when I'm starting, yeah, I noticed you haven't been there much, Tracy. Hopefully next week, or I mean next month. Wait, are you talking about the auction or are you talking about the stream? Okay, so when I'm starting another square, I always start with the thread that's closer to the opened area. So I am going to do the minus signal here, symbol, not signal. And that is the one that I had done over here and then realized that I already had a parked thread. This is, I don't have very much here, so I might run out. So basically now I am just doing all of these symbols that show up in this square. Moving my other strands out of the way as I go. Both. Yeah. I noticed you haven't been on much for the streams. So maybe next week you'll be here too. And you're here tonight, so that's all that matters. Okay, so this one here is getting a little short, so I am going to tie this off. And then, if you remember, the one that I parked down below, this one that I tied up in here because it's just how tonight is going. So I'm going to pull that one back out. And I am going to unpark this, move it up there, finish the stitches, and then repark it back down there. All right, so now I go right up here, this one. My thread out of my way. Is this starting to make a little bit more sense now, you guys? Yeah, that sounds busy, Tracy. Homecoming stuff already, though? Seems like school just started. Okay, move this there. So whenever I have one that I have to stitch and I have one coming out of it, I always put this in the direction that it's going to go. So it's going to go this way when I stitch it. That way I don't have my threads getting all bunched up. So when I put this one in, it will lay nice and flat. And then when I go to stitch that one, it will lay nice and flat. So I'm going to do the same thing then. I'm going to make sure that I hold on to it because I'm going to come back down in this hole again. All right. So I got all those done there. I'm going to put that back where it was parked before. Mark them off on my chart here. Make sure I got them all. Dang. Ugh, my fingers are too fat for that. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one now. I think this is the only stitch in this area or in this square. So I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick. And then this one shows back up again down here. So I'm going to park it down there. Make sure to mark it. All right, so next up, let's the V. If I can get it to thread. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That is very busy, Tracy. Okay. So I think there's only one of the V's up here. And then I am not sure actually where the V shows up again at. So let me just double check here real quick. Now, if it doesn't show up close by, I will take it out. Sometimes I will find the next area and park it there. So let me tie this off real quick. And I will probably just put it back. Gotta find which one it is real quick because I don't see a V anywhere near where I'm going to be stitching. And this is number 88. So I can't put it on the side there because 88 is a part that's folded over. So I'm just going to put it right back on my thread organizer. Okay. So now on to the next one, which looks like we're going to do U. And I think with doing the parking, it is, I don't know, it's a nice change of pace, I think, for me. I've got one that, I'm doing 4 strands, tent stitching. I'm doing another one that's 2 strands, tent stitching. I'm doing Reggie that's full cross. Um, Reggie, I'm starting to switch over to do parking with, but the other ones I'm doing kind of a more cross country. When you're doing, at least for me, anyways, when you're doing um, tent stitching, it's really hard to do parking. I struggle with that for some reason. For some reason. Um, I think it might be because when I'm doing tent stitching, sometimes I go, bottom left to top right to bottom left. And so I never really know what direction I'm going in. Um, when I do full cross, it's always the same starting point. But for some odd reason with the tent stitching, I cannot get a grip on parking with that, so I don't. Oh, what did you do? What is that right there? Oops, where am I? Come on. I have not done a tent stitch tutorial, but I can do that. Next week when I'm working on the dragon, I can definitely do that since I am doing tent stitch on that one. So we could plan on that. Now, I do know that some people do parking, and I've seen it in this group too. With the parking, they'll do all the way across. And so I believe, anyways, with those ones, they do, um, excuse me, a strand for every square all the way across, and then they work their way down. How I'm working in blocks around, they work all the way across the whole entire project and then move it down. Um, I don't think I could. I don't think I could manage that. That is a lot. Now, I think once you get all the threads started, it would be okay. Um, but just doing all the threads to start, I think it would drive me insane. As it is, sometimes I struggle getting a square ready on this one, or doing it this way, I should say. And that's part of why I like the cross country as well, because you don't have so many thread changes, but you do have a lot of a messy back where you're really stretching it across areas, and I don't know, it's kind of a waste of thread too if you really think about it. I am going to finish this color or this symbol and park it, and then we will do the top secret word. I don't know if you guys saw the pattern or not. Um, the ship, it's amazing. I would love to see that stitched out. Okay, let's double check. Oh, we got one more right there hiding, and one down in the corner. All right, well, it ends up being parked right below here. So we will park it right there. Mark it real quick so I don't mess that up. Oh, gotta hit the markup button. Wow. All right. I swear anything tech with my technology today has just been terrible. I think, oh, it'll only take me a second to do this, and then everything freezes and I can't get anything done. Okay, got that done. I am going to actually turn this off and we will do our top secret. So I just recently watched Jaws. I had a Jaws marathon. Thank you, Nikki. And then I saw this vote for the top secret word, and it just cracked me up because it's like, okay, your boat. So let me pull it up and show you. And so basically, you go to the featured tab, maybe. Come on. See what I mean? Everything I touched tonight. Let me get that light off. You guys can see something. All right, so featured tab. Jeez, Pete's, you guys, I'm done. Okay, so under this post where the top secret word is, you'll see there's the ship. So in the comment section, make sure to comment. And I want you to comment, the secret word tonight is Jaws. And just imagine, he would tear that boat to shreds. All right, so that is that. Let me check your messages here. Nikki just said if your cousin came over, we were both fitting in. Oh, that's so cool. See, I don't have anybody to stitch with. The only ones that I really have to stitch with are you guys on Monday nights. And it's nice. I love it. But it would be so cool to have a stitch-a-thon. Oh, goodness. We could do that someday. Maybe not in person, but maybe we could all do it on a live event or something. I don't know. Do like a Zoom where everybody is hanging out together, stitching, and we could all see each other and talk. That'd be kind of cool. All right, guys, I have got to cut it. I got to get some sleep so I can try to get some stuff done tomorrow. I've got a really busy week. So I will see you all. Just well, you inspired it. I had to watch it. It's been years. It's so funny not watching it since I mean I was a kid really when I watched it, and then watching it now I'm like, "Oh, wow." And then we watched the 3D version of it on regular TV and my husband was laughing because of course I can see it. You know, I'm like, I had your glasses on. I can see why that looks like that. And he's like, "Oh my gosh." He said, "This is just terrible." I'm like, "No, it's supposed to be in 3D. Of course it looks terrible when you're just watching it regular." But it was fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. So we did all four of them. But anyways, you own all four. I know you're constantly watching them. That's awesome. All right. I will see you guys next Monday. Have a good week. Get some stitching done. And make sure to show your pictures. I know I said I would show my dragon eye, but I will take pictures and show that probably tomorrow. But I will see you next Monday at 9 o'clock. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.